Welcome in the latest episode of the Betting Pitch Soccer Podcast. I'm your host, Real Corgi Warner. We are going through a bunch of different matches today, going through AFCON and the first leg of the second match of the Carabao Cup. There's also some Serie A discussion on this, and also the remaining. We already did the Bundesliga, which I need to edit this. Dang, I forgot to do that. Oops. Um, but we are rocking this. It is. Of course, I forgot to do that. AFCON, England, uh, Carabao Cup. That's another thing. Syria. That's what we're doing tonight's episode, and we're gonna come up with the best bet end of show from one of the three favorite leagues that we're covering today. Hopefully that edit comes through. I don't even know. Did Bundesliga yesterday, so it might be a reminder. But check the same feed at the Real G Warner on YouTube. We have 236 new subscribers. Want to thank everyone for coming in. That's been awesome. Also, Betting the Pitch, Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. We didn't do the NFL podcast, me and A_Schnicker tonight. We're planning that maybe to do it on Thursday. Schedules did not align, unfortunately, for today. But we'll try to make that happen for you all soon. College basketball coming as well with Big East Ben. And now it's time to get into it because it's already 12:12 local time, and I have to be at my desk in 7 hours and 18 minutes. So we'll start in AFCON. And what to me is a very interesting matchup. You could see if you're watching on video, Apple Podcasts on the Spotify, leave a 5-star review, make a comment, and I'll read it or get it off to one of my co-hosts to read. If you can see, red is not my color, but I'm wearing it because I have an Egypt kit. They were great to me. Won a game straight up as an underdog in the quarterfinals against the Ivory Coast, the Côte d'Ivoire, and they also advanced, and they were an underdog there. So, same sort of situation here. They're a quarter goal underdog with all the juice right now on their opponent, Senegal, who has been impressive this year, has been impressive, have a lot of great talent, big names. But as an underdog, I think Egypt are the perfect team to look at because they defend. That's one thing we know they'll do. We know that they have two of the best finishers up top of anyone in Africa in Mohamed Salah, who's this kid is exactly what I'm wearing, and Omar Mamouche, who, if I could have asked, I would have asked for that one because there's a lot more staying power, longevity with that one. But basically, this is a throwback already because who knows much longer Mohamed Salah will be playing. With all that said, Senegal are talented. Total is 2 on this one. Choose to split both ways, so no real indicator which way it will go. But for me, I think we see another low-scoring game in AFCON, even though Egypt's last one was not. They scored 3 goals, were up 3-1, and held on to her dear life with the second goal going in, one own goal to make it 2-1, and then we're up 3-1 and conceded. But to me, at this point, and that was another like crazy corner kick type scenario. So maybe Egypt will work on that a little bit more for this one. Senegal's, of course, very tall. But Egypt, they've got basically two great finishers at the top of their pitch. They're going to play counterattacking style, and their guys are willing to give their lives for the Egypt national team and this little badge that's on my chest. So that's good. I like that. Egypt plus 1/4, very interesting. Under 2, very interesting. And to advance in the plus 150 range, very interesting as well. If you don't have two advanced numbers, you might not because a lot of sportsbooks don't offer that, but BetOnline does if you want a referral or to sportsbetting.ag if you have already had an account at BetOnline and you want to get a free referral bonus for signing up first time depositors, hit me up at the Real Discord Warner across any social media platform. To the nightcap, we have Nigeria, and they're on the road. It's an actual road game in AFCON because Morocco is the host. They are probably the favorite to win it, probably have been the favorite so far this whole time and deserve to be. They're quarter goal favorites to Nigeria right now. All the juice on Morocco, totals 2.25, and it's juiced very heavily to under. Totals have been tiny in this whole tournament, so that's not a surprise. Does feel like 2.25 is actually fairly large, but the push on 2 is important to say the least. The win on 2 is important to say the least. Nigeria are also not playing in the World Cup, so this is their World Cup. This is what they're going all out for. Victor Osimhen is, I think, tied for the lead Golden Boot type of style with Brahim Diaz, who's a player from Morocco. So this is probably a matchup to see who will win it. Osimhen, I would trust to score more than I would Brahim Diaz, which makes the underdog look very interesting to me if I know they're going to score. I don't know that, but I think they will. And I feel like it's a race to 1 goal in all these matches. So under 2.25 looks very interesting to me. I don't know if I'm as interested in the Nigeria to advance number because it's about the same price as Egypt, and they're playing a road game where Egypt are playing on a neutral. But I didn't really understand why Egypt was one of the most, if not the most successful African nation, why they were underdogs to Ivory Coast. Yes, the big names were there, but Ivory Coast did win the last one. But I don't think most were believers in that. At least I wasn't. And I guess I was against the market on that one. That went fairly well. So we'll try to see if we can do that again. For my best bet from the AFCON portion of the show, though, I'm going with Egypt quarter goal underdog. I think that's the most interesting to me. We'll next move to the Carabao Cup in England. Surprised it didn't start there, but it's a later kickoff time, and there's only one match to go through because there's one today, and I completely forgot it happened. My bad, but it happens. Here we go. Yippee, yippee, yippee. But we're gonna start with this. I guess it's the first leg, so I'll give you the background on what this tournament is about. So it's basically the second most important of the two cup tournaments that English teams play. France used to do two, but they got rid of them because they didn't want to have their teams playing more games, probably to help PSG and Champions League and such. But I'm not sure how much they did win. There are European champions right now, so maybe that did help. But it's kind of like how much do these teams care about it? I think they do now in the semifinals. Arsenal, they've certainly got Champions League on their mind. They much prefer FA Cup for sure, and obviously the English Premier League race. But we're here, and we might as well play it. They're quarter goal favorites on the road at Chelsea. Chelsea is nowhere near as polished, nowhere near as mature, but they are a home underdog, and that does interest me because I do think that Arsenal will not be going crazy to win this match late if it's tied 1-1, goalless, 2-2, whatever it would be. Total's 2.5 in this one, just a little bit more to under. I think I'm less interested in the total than I am in the home underdog. I will say, though, that I do think that there's some value on a low scoring game here just because not everyone is going for that late goal to try to get 3 points like you'd see in regular Premier League play. Instead, I think you see conservative ends to games, and that does certainly matter. Two advanced number is pretty large on the Chelsea side. It's in the 200 range, but second leg's in Arsenal or at Arsenal on the other side of London, and that does worry me a lot. Now move to Italy, and we'll get through this portion of the show and try to get us. I mean, it's going to be another quick episode, but I guess that's what happens when I'm doing them every night, especially late night. We'll start with Napoli hosting Parma. This is a makeup match for the top four teams that went to the Supercoppa Italiana in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, or Qatar, or wherever place it was. Napoli 1.5 goal favorites. All the juice on the Parma side. Total is 2.5, juiced more to the over. Simple math here is the underdog. I don't expect to score much. I don't think the favorite will score much either. So under 2.5 looks most interesting to me. And you get more if Parma don't score to I would think wish I could rhyme. And you get more if Parma can score, but that's why you play the or under. I don't know. Anyway, so Parma under 2.5, very interesting for me there. Though you got to trust their defense on the road at Napoli, and that's a very tough place to play, having been there myself. Next one, this is also a Wednesday, January 14th matchup. We have two on Thursday as well. Inter Milan, 2 goal favorites at home to Lecce. Total in this one is also an interest for me. It's under 3, and I love that push. I think it's a lot, very important compared to the Napoli Parma only getting 2.5, and you have to win on 2. The push on 3 is very valuable, though Inter are a much better club, much stronger, much deeper, and Lecce are literally going to go and try to defend for 98 minutes or however long it takes to end this thing. I do believe that Lecce have a lesser chance of scoring against Inter Milan, though higher total might not indicate that. So maybe I want to step off what I just said. But Parma at least want to play a little bit of football. Lecce, I don't think they do. And I think Lecce's defense will improve a lot when Gaspar comes back from his time with Angola in the AFCON. And they need him every second to play to try to stay up. To the Thursday, a couple options. Verona hosting Bologna. Currently, Verona quarter goal underdogs at home. All the juice on Bologna away. Total in this one's 2.25, juiced very heavily to under, and that reflects Verona's inability to score, inability to win, all those sort of things, which makes a quarter goal home underdog seem very, very cheap. All the juices on Bologna. It's probably climbing to a half a goal before kickoff. If you like Verona, I would wait. I think the under 2.25 looks interesting to me, though I don't really want to fade Bologna's offense. So they've been in a really tough run of games, and they are barely breathing at this point. And we saw what happened to Atletico Madrid, who were playing really well last season, and then a bunch of competitions all kind of spiraled and kind of caught up to them, and they collapsed. I hope that doesn't happen to Bologna. I feel like they're deeper, but they haven't spent as much money as Atleti have spent in the last, I don't know, a couple seasons. Last but not least, on this episode, and we'll get to ultimate best bets coming in the show. Also, want to shout out some new subscribers. Como, they're a pick'em right now at the AC Milan at home. All the juice on Milan away. Total is 2.25, juiced all the way to over. So this is very respectful. I gotta say, for this number, I wasn't really expecting it to be this low. Como have been pretty disappointing to me in pretty much everything I've seen. I gotta say. But the marketplace continues to bet them, continues to like them. And I got to say, Milan have not looked great for a lot of the season either. They were really high up in the table despite starting with a loss to Cremonese, newly promoted at home. Um, and then we saw Rafael Leao getting hurt. So, like, there's a lot of drama, I feel like, surrounding Milan at the moment. Don't really believe in their manager. He's a conservative guy, will want to play a low scoring game. That's what he always does. I think I'm looking for Como to move to a quarter goal underdog. It certainly could do that based on where the number sits right now. That would not be a surprise. It's probably a quarter of a goal expensive across some places in the marketplace right now. I think Como a quarter of a goal underdog, and I do like that under 2.25 as well. Especially it's going to be 2.5 most likely before kickoff, and it'll probably get um, some decent. I mean that. I don't. I feel like eventually Massimiliano Allegri is gonna like literally just turn into the a pumpkin from Cinderella way back when. Like he's not gonna be this goal scoring guy anymore. That's not who he is. It's not what he's been. It's not. I'm sure getting a Milan job after not having one for a year didn't change him. So it's coming, and I'm still convinced that it will, and we will profit from it. Maybe it's a little bit too soon for this episode to wait for that, but I am very interested. So, want to mention NFL podcast, Andrew Schnicker, that will be coming out. I didn't get to do the draft graphic last week because I was super busy, but I'm going to try to get one done for this one and recap how we did last week. My bracket was okay, I would say, for the NFL. Lost the Jaguars, and I lost the who else did I lose? I lost the Jaguars and I lost the Eagles, and I had the Eagles winning twice. So that was not good. But Andrew Schicker and I will come up going through the entire NFL slate. We'll give out best bets. We'll pick every game that's on this channel, Betting the Pitch Apple Podcast, and on Spotify. Leave 5-star reviews. If you want to make it NFL related, I'll have Andrew Schicker say something or read it, or however you'd like. He's got some good voices on him, so he could do it. Big East Ben is coming back for college basketball probably this weekend for the big Saturday slate. That's the Need for Seeds College Basketball Podcast from the view by the pregame.com, or formerly pregame.com Podcast Network, now the Betting the Pitch Podcast Network. It's back with a little bit more control on our side. And then more soccer stuff coming out this weekend for sure. Just trying to figure out when I can do it and when I can actually sleep in this world because it's 12:24 and I have to be at my desk at 7 hours and 6 minutes now. So it's time for the ultimate best bet portion of the show. We are 15, 10, and 2, 60% so far this season. I've got a lot to catch up on, but that's the record so far that I've gotten to. For the ultimate best bet in this episode from AFCON, I'm not sure I made my nominees on everything, but I'll do it now. I liked Egypt, quarter goal underdog in that matchup. In the Carabao Cup, I liked Chelsea, a home underdog of a quarter of a goal. In Serie A in Italy, didn't say that yet, but I liked Lecce, Inter Milan under 3 goals. For the ultimate best bet in this episode, I'm going where the money has been made, where the milk is sweet. The pyramids are in the desert. I'm going Egypt, quarter goal underdog in the AFCON. Just don't think should be a dog. Might get a half of a goal before kickoff. Senegal is impressive, but I think we see a low scoring match. Maybe they advance in extra time, but I think Egypt are in great position to advance, and they've got a lot of success in their history. So Egypt plus 1/4 of a goal is the best bet in this episode. And we'll see you soon. Tomorrow night, we'll be doing another What I Bet on the pregame.com podcast network on Straight Out of Vegas. If you want to go subscribe to that feed if you haven't already. A lot more college basketball talk on there than we are currently doing on this soccer podcast, but it's kind of a mixture of sports and new to come out on that channel. And we're 5 episodes in, so go tune in and hopefully we can hook you for life so you can join on for the rest. Oh, I want to also mention the shout outs. That's what I was going to do. Dang it, forgot to do that. Should have done that before the best bet. But we're here. Thank you to Christopher Douglas, Allison McIntyre, Young Realist, Paul Mallon, Fallet Mac, Dirty Sheets. That's how far I'll go back. Thank you for subscribing at the real_G Warner on YouTube. And we got like 3 times as many listeners as we do subscribers on Spotify. So if you're on there, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.